And welcome back to Insanity. Or just the daily life of Tokisaka Reiji and his, questionably incestuous sister. When I wake up and go into the living room, I see a note from Yukari on the table. Oh, she's not making us breakfast today. No breakfast for you today, Nissan. Or did she call him Nissan? Or no, she calls him Nissan. I was about to say, like, she call him a fucking Onichan. I think it's Nissan. She took a cue from Akiha. It looks like she's gone to see a movie with Tojiko. So early in the morning? Jesus. And in Shinjuku, no less. For now, let's head to the academy. Skipping school today, huh? I come across Saiki out by the academy's front gate, sweeping the path with a broom. Oh, Tokisaka-sensei. Good morning. Good morning, Vice Principal. Could I have a word with you? Sure, I don't mind. We should probably talk somewhere else, though. You're right. Saiki leads me over to the empty faculty room. Sorry to drag you up here like this. From what I can see on your face, Tokisaka-sensei, it doesn't look like you have good news to tell me. Yeah, the truth is, I've come to apologize to you, Vice Principal. Why is that? These last few days, I've been investigating your connection to Mamiya Shinzo. It's not related to the case at hand. I see. Yeah, because you wouldn't fucking tell me. In the process, I discovered that your daughter had passed away. Although he did have good reason, considering that little detail. Yes, that's correct. It's not something I like to think about. I feel the same way. I lost my fiancé in the same case that claimed your daughter. Saiki hangs his head upon hearing my words. I offer my sincerest apologies. I face Saiki and bow. No, it's not something you need to apologize for, Tokisaka-sensei. Saiki lays a hand on my shoulder. It couldn't be kept hidden. Truth be told, I had no reason to hide it in the first place. I'm sorry, Saiki-sensei. For a while, all I can do is apologize, over and over. Well, fuck, that just ended up being more depressing than anything. After I've offered my apologies to the Vice Principal, I head over to Kichijoji. Browsing the vendor stalls in front of the station, I notice a wide selection of trinkets and knickknacks. Come to think of it, Tojiko had asked me to give her something. But I'll be frank, I have no idea what a girl her age would like. Even if I use Yukari as an example, no normal girl would enjoy something like a scarab beetle brooch. Yeah, well, Yukari is one pretty major exception, I think. For some reason, she has some obsession with bugs. I never really figure out like why that is. I'll just have to look around here and pick something up. Oh, Tokisaka-sensei? Aimu, you're a young girl. Help me out. would Tojiko like anything having to do with bugs? Oh, hello there, Sato-san. Doing some shopping? Yep, I was looking for a hair clip. A hair clip, huh? Her hair is cut short, but I suppose she's at around that age. You're thinking I'd be better suited to something more like this, aren't you? Aimu points towards an antique store that deals in various swords and bladed weapons. Well, don't you like that sort of thing? Well, I'm not going to lie to you, but what are you doing here, Sensei? Just shopping. I promised to give someone a present. Tokisaka-senpai. Your little sister? Nah, not her. Ah, hell. I guess I'll ask her for advice. What do you think I should give to Tojiko? I mean, Yasumiya-san. Yasumiya-senpai. That's a tricky one. Pondering my question, Aimu looks over the wares on display. I'm an instructor, so I can't be giving her something flashy that'll attract attention. And at that moment, I spot an assortment of rings. At around 5-10 yen each, they're not that expensive. You think something like this will shut her up? I don't think anything will shut her up. Probably. I think she'd be happy with it. I guess I'll go with this. I offer my palm to Aimu. What? You're going to buy a hair clip, right? I'll get it for you when I buy the ring. No, I can't. Oh, don't worry about it. Consider it a thank you for the advice. Really? Then thank you. Aimu holds out a hair clip with a small flower decoration on it. I take it and hand both items to the old man who runs the stall. Sir, package these separately, please. Thanks for your business. Sounds like he's about to fucking die. I'm just a hollow. Here you go, Sato-san. I hand her the bag with the hair clip inside. Thank you very much, Sensei. Aimu bows. With any luck, this will get Tojiko off my back. Yeah, knowing Tojiko, I don't think anything's going to get her to shut up, and I don't think anything's going to get her off your... Well, you might get her off your back temporarily, at least. I've arrived in Nakano. I spot Dr. Saito by the entrance and call out to him. Good morning, Dr. Saito. Well, if it isn't Tokisaka-san. Taking a break? Yeah, I felt like changing things up a bit. Sounds like you have it pretty rough. Oh no, it's my job after all. Saito laughs. How's Takashiro-san's condition? I think she's very close to being discharged. She didn't have any serious injuries to begin with, after all. I see. That's wonderful to hear. Her baby seems to be growing just fine as well. Saito smiles. Yeah, I'm praying for good health for all of them. That's my fervent hope. Come to think of it, Dr. Saito, why did you set out to become a psychologist? The question occurs to me suddenly. Me? Honestly, I never expected someone to ask me that question. Saito chuckles merrily. I come from an old family of doctors, so I received the training from a young age. Saito seems to be enjoying himself as he recalls the past. I was brought into the medical field and acquired all sorts of knowledge. In the end, I wasn't sure what my specialty should be. He scoffs. I decided on psychology after the war had ended. I thought I'd go and heal the minds of soldiers wounded in battle. I see. I guess it's true what they say. Everyone really does have a story to tell. Oh, Tokisaka-san. Dr. Kuchiki's come out of the hospital. I suppose he spotted me outside. Hello, Dr. Kuchiki. Did something happen? No, I was just passing by. I saw Dr. Saito and thought I'd say hello. I see. Why don't you come inside then? Absolutely. I apologize, Tokisaka-san. How about some tea inside? Nah, I still have some other business to take care of, so if you'll excuse me, I'll be taking off. I hadn't planned on spending a lot of time here. I'll see you gentlemen another time. Yeah, when I decide to investigate your hospital. Takashiro, are you there? Yeah, Tokisaka. Takashiro's sitting in a chair, looking over some documents. So you finally felt like doing some work, huh? Uh-huh. Sitting around there wasn't giving me any peace of mind. It looks like he's improved considerably. I've got to get myself together for whenever Kazuna comes back to us. Exactly. If there's anything I can help you out with, feel free to call me anytime. I think I can handle this alone for now. It's just a simple search request. I'll get by with this until I've got my bearings again. I see. Give it your best shot, man. I don't need you to tell me that. Shugo laughs weakly. We're talking about a guy who's seen bloodshed, I can only imagine. I'm sure he'll be alright. Has he really seen it? I can't imagine he's seen anything with his hair over his eyes like that. Sorry about all the trouble I caused you. Hell, don't worry about it. The most important thing is for you and Kazuna-san to get better. Yeah. Shugo's voice is soft, but he nods resolutely all the same. So I see nothing fucking happen today. When I get back to Shinjuku from Ueno, the sun is low in the western sky. Well, now what shall I... Oh, it's Sensei! No! No, go away! Don't know. I was about to make a decision to just go somewhere else and fuck around, but now it's like, nope. Nope, you're gonna have to entertain this crazy person. From the throng outside the station comes a voice I know. When I look, I see Tojiko and Yukari coming toward me. Abandoned ship, abort. The movie's over already? Didn't they go see this in the morning or something? It's the fucking afternoon, of course it's over. Yep, we're heading home. Hey, are you in the middle of an investigation, Sensei? Nope. My gut tells me that I won't like where this is going. Best to shut her down now before she can build up steam. Looks like she's already done that. So you're going home then? Nah, I'm going to stop by my office for a moment. Then can you take me with you? Why? Because isn't a detective's office kind of an awesome place? Not really, it's kind of a dump. Where can she possibly have gotten that idea? You don't mind, right, Nissan? Why are you encouraging this? Usually you're the one to drag her away. Yukari strikes the finishing blow. I cleaned up your office the other day. I don't see anything wrong with bringing Suzuriko with you for a little bit. That's right. You tell him, Yukari. Oh, come on, you two. Didn't you call me all the way out to Ueno yesterday? I'm at a loss for words. It's best if you just give in. It's hard for me to accept that when it comes from you. Well, Suzuriko, I'm leaving my brother in your hands. Yep, I'll take good care of him. You know, the other day she just kind of dragged her away. This time she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw her. You know, just have her stay with you. She can get her out of my hair. Yukari, you're going home? Yeah, I have something I need to do there. Well, see you guys later. Thanks for that. Yukari turns around and heads toward the station. Alright, let's go, Sensei. Tojiko yanks on my arm. Sheesh. I guess I have no choice but to go along with it. Why is she leading the way? She doesn't know where their fucking office is. Wow, so this is a real detective's office. Yeah, it's really fucking bland and boring. What did you expect? I'm not sure what to make of Tojiko's enthusiasm. It's just a normal office. The city's full of them. Nah, look at how many books you have. Are these all on criminology? Nope, they're literature anthologies and encyclopedias. Huh? The library at home got crowded, so I brought them over here. Well, now it doesn't sound like a detective agency at all. What exactly were you expecting, anyway? You don't have any secret tools or anything? You know, the kind of stuff Akechi Kogoro uses. You've been reading too many novels. I sit down in a chair and put the paper bag I'd been carrying on the table. What's that? You told me to give you something yesterday, right? I said nothing of the sort. All I said was we should do something to celebrate, right? Oh, that was all? Then I won't give it to you. Come on, I didn't say that I wouldn't take it. Tojiko picks it up, pouting. Can I open it? Go ahead. By the time I nod my assent, she's already broken the seal. What's this? A ring? Oh no, don't, no. Why the fuck? Oh, you're gonna give her such the complete wrong impression with that. Tojiko peers at it intently. You don't like it? Nah, that's not it. Thanks, Sensei. After holding the ring up and scrutinizing it, she slowly puts it on the ring finger of her left hand. Whoa, hold it there, Tojiko. That's the wrong finger. Oh, who cares? It's all the same, right? No, it isn't. In Europe and America, the ring finger of the left hand is reserved for wedding rings. Ah, so that's how it is. But it's a perfect fit. At least put it on your right hand, then. Alright, it's kinda tight. Don't force it on. Just a little further and... yeah. Okay. Having pushed the ring all the way to the base of her finger, she holds out her hand to admire it. Let me just say this, it was cheap. Well, it'd be awkward if you gave me something expensive. Huh? What's wrong? I can't take it off. Tojiko mumbles half to herself as she tugs on the ring. Didn't I say not to force it? I have a go at it too, but it's firmly stuck and won't budge. Well, too fucking bad. Now we're married. Ouch, that hurts. This isn't going to work. Then what do I do about this? Gonna have to cut off your finger. Well, all you can do is try putting some soapy water on it when you get home. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Come on, don't give me that pathetic tone of voice. So have you had your fill of my detective's office? It's dark outside. My fill of what? There's nothing interesting in here. I could have told you that before and saved you a trip. I would never trust a job to a detective with an interesting office. Well, whatever. I'm going home as well, so I'll escort you back. Really? Thanks, Sensei. Oh my god. Why the fuck did we get her a ring again? Holy shit, she could have probably gotten the complete wrong impression from getting a ring. We take the train back to Kichijoji. It looks like Tojiko is going to catch the bus home from here. You know, I really wanted an older brother. She brings it up out of the blue while we're waiting at the bus stop. Is that what she sees us as? I swear that's probably what she sees us as. She's like, we're like her older brother or something. That's why I was kind of jealous of you, Karine. I'm not exactly a shining example of an older brother. Yeah, I know. It's called modesty. You're not supposed to agree with me. What weird ideas has Yukari been filling your head with? I've never heard Yukari say a single bad thing about you, Sensei. That's just my impression. I don't know if I like the way that sounds. But you know, I had a lot of fun when I was helping you out. Helping? You did nothing of the sort. I helped you investigate the Black Madonna, right? That. I hadn't thought of her as helping, but... I felt like I was really on cloud 9 at that time. Like, I helped out my big brother. That kind of feeling, you know? Tojiko laughs. Well, for better or worse, she is a girl with a pure heart. Was I a bother to you? Not at all. The information I got from you was a big help. Really? Awesome. The bus has arrived. Hey, Sensei. What is it? Tojiko spins around, one foot inside the bus. There's plenty more pestering where that came from, so you better prepare yourself. Please don't be too hard on me. See you later, Sensei. The door closes and the bus leaves, puffing exhaust fumes. Guess I'll head home as well. That was one of the most uneventful days. Like, some of these days, just nothing really fucking happens. Like, something kind of happens, but it's just, sometimes just, there's really just nothing. Like, no progress in the investigation. It's more just kind of filler, essentially, or just kind of these, slice of life segments. When I wake up, the air is positively stifling. Good morning, Nissan. Yeah, morning, Yukari. Okay, she does call us that. Please get up soon. It's hot, so I'd like to air out the futons. Can I sleep a little longer? Absolutely not. No hesitation there. Looks like I have no choice. God damn, I still have to say, it's just so creepy how she basically just acts like our wife. Well, what should I do today? For the time being, I guess I'll head over to Moon World. Yukari, I'm heading out for a bit. Sure, I got it. Have a safe trip. I've arrived in Kichijoji. It's not even noon yet, but I still managed to hit the shopping rush. I spot a familiar face amongst the crowd. That's Dr. Murase, right? Murase from the Kuchiki Pathological Research Institute is walking quickly toward the station. Call out to him or leave him be. Alright, well, we already have one of the options grayed out here, which is leave him be, which, assuming is, judging from the walkthrough, that is the correct one, so we should leave him be. I suppose he's on the way to work. Murase enters the station. Well, I suppose I'll head over to Moon World. A familiar figure cuts in front of me. Nurse Akazaki? Giving me no sign that she's seen me, Akazaki heads straight into the station. Is she in a rush too? I see Nurse Akazaki and Murase together beyond the ticket gate. Are those two acquaintances? I get close to the ticket gates and take a look inside, but I can no longer see them. It's not like I can't follow up on this later. I'll just file this away in my memory for now. Well then, let's head to Moon World like I had planned. I guess if we had stopped him, that wouldn't have happened. Like, Nurse Akazaki wouldn't have approached him like that. I feel like, well, even before, like, this isn't really much of a spoiler, but even before I felt like Nurse Akazaki was a little bit suspicious. I'm not going to say what's going on, but I'm just going to say that she seems a little bit off. Like, it's pretty obvious that there's something going on. I mean, we already have kind of caught her doing some kind of rather suspicious things. So it wouldn't be too surprising to find out that she's up to something. I've arrived at Moon World. However, what's wrong, Hatsune-kun? Hatsune slumped in a chair, a dejected look on her face. I'm not sure how to put this. I know she's sad, but there's something oddly charming about it. I think I'm a failure. Oh, she has that typical anime crying face. What happened? I direct this to Kyoko behind the counter. The usual. Oh, she probably was generally clumsy like she usually is and just broke some cups or something. The usual? Kyoko-san won't eat the food I've made. Oh. Well, maybe she's just a terrible cook. Now I see. That explains it. And just what is that supposed to mean? Hatsune glowers bitterly at me. I really tried my best this time, you know. It's the Hatsune Special, Part 4. Part 4? If it's Part 4, then I suppose she's made something similar to the previous versions. Hatsune brings out a tray piled with food from beneath the counter. Dorayaki? Unexpectedly, there's whipped cream on top. What? What kind of food is this? They're hotcakes. Hatsune pouts. But what's that stuff in the center? Tuna preserved in oil and tomatoes. What? Ugh, what the fuck? Tuna and tomatoes and fucking pancakes. I also made sure to carefully season it with soy sauce. What the fuck? Huh. Pancakes with fucking tuna and tomatoes and seasoned with soy sauce. Ugh. God, that's fucking nasty. Tuna preserved in oil. You mean canned tuna? Wait, forget about that. Soy sauce on pancakes? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tomatoes? Fucking fish? Fish pancakes? That's fine. I mean, maybe I know this is Japan and other countries have different ideas of of what they put in food, but god damn, that's just disgusting. I know. If you're willing, would you like to sample it for me, Tokisaka-san? Nope. No, I think we should leave. We have urgent matters to attend to. Me? Oh god, she has a look in her eye like she's like, oh yes, please try my disgusting food. I look at Kyoko. She pointedly averts her gaze. She's done this many a time before, I can tell. Sheesh. Oh god, no. I feel like if we eat this, we're going to throw up later. Okay, so, according to the guide, we should probably refuse. I'm sorry, but I just ate before I came. Right now, I'm a bit... Oh, fine. Everybody always says that and won't eat my cooking. Hatsune's lost her temper. No, that's not it. She storms back to the counter, seemingly on the verge of smashing the plate on the floor. Why the hell did you refuse? Hey, you're one to talk. As we argue in hushed whispers, I glance at Hatsune out of the corner of my eye. Why the fuck doesn't she eat it herself, if she thinks her cooking is so great? I mean, I wonder if she's actually tried her own food. Damn, it looks like she's about to cry. I think she is crying. Looks like I'll just have to bite the bullet. I pick up the knife and cut the pancakes. Why the fuck was there an option to refuse if you just eat it anyway? As advertised, there are red tomatoes and crumbled tuna inside. Ugh. Oh god, no. God, there's also a fluid that looks like soy sauce soaked into the dough. Ugh. Hey, Kyoko. What is it? I shove a bit of pancake into Kyoko's mouth. What an asshole. That's probably something I would have done. It's like, hey, hey, that option did matter because I didn't end up eating it. How is it, Kyoko? Delicious? Huh? It's tasty? What did you say? Come on, didn't I tell you guys that already? Well, I'm sorry, Hatsune-kun. I was just a bit surprised. It looks like I have no choice but to eat it now. I can only pray that Kyoko's reaction was genuine. Well, she might have been fucking with you. I cut off a small piece and ferry it to my mouth. Oh. This is the aroma of soy sauce, I guess. I close my eyes and stuff it in. It's not bad. I was like preparing for him to just like throw it all up. Really? Thank goodness. Now the Hatsune special's finally finished. Hatsune breathes a sigh of relief. I'll keep on trying to come up with new menu items, so I'll be counting on your cooperation in the future, okay, Tokisaka-san? Sure. Well, if she can keep producing edible items like this, I don't see a problem. I don't see how the fuck any of that was edible. God damn, it was like morning when we went over to Moonworld. Now it's like the afternoon. I've come to the front of Kichijoji Station. The sky's tinged red in the twilight. Now, what should I do? Oh man, where to go? Okay, so I guess we should go to Inokashira Park. It's like our favorite place to go aside from Moonworld. That's right next to it too. But yeah, I don't know how the hell that was even any good. Fucking pancakes with tomato and tuna fish and soy sauce. Oh god, that sounds ungodly disgusting. That sounds like an unholy abomination of just, oh god, I don't know how you eat that. I've arrived at Inokashira Park. Drunken revelers are already occupying the spaces under the cherry trees. Looks like they couldn't wait until nighttime to start the festivities. And over there, on the bridge that spans the pond, is Kuchiki Chizuru. For some reason, she's staring silently at the surface of the water. Under the circumstances, I can't just call out to her. She eventually leaves the bridge and heads away from me, walking toward the Kuchiki residence. It looks like she's troubled about Toko. Well, that was, pretty much, that was completely pointless, so... Oh, Takashiro Hospital, why do you go here, Reiji? You know what's awaiting you here. Why do you come? I've arrived in Tokidanababa. Natsume-san is lounging out in front of the hospital, smoking a cigarette. It's like what she's always doing. What are you doing out here? Taking a break? Natsume blows out a cloud of smoke. Don't you have to examine the dismembered corpses? That's no fun. It's just the same if you can't recognize them, don't you agree? Please don't assume I'm like you. Though I suppose I can see your point. If you've got free time, then why don't you go over to your little brother's place? Over to Shuchan's? But... Natsume-san regards me curiously. He's finally pulled himself together and gotten back on the job. You serious? Ah, thank goodness. For a while there, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Phew. Whoa, Natsume-san. The dam bursts. The next thing I know, tears are gushing forth. Natsume-san clings to my leg, sobbing piteously. Jesus fucking Christ, woman. Hey, Natsume-san. Kick her. What am I doing here? Shouldn't I go see Shuchan? Yes, you should. Go there and please leave. Just get away. Get away from me. Wiping her tears on my clothes, Natsume-san dashes off in the direction of the station. Ugh. I'll just tell myself that's familial love. Yeah. Whatever helps you sleep at night, buddy. It's after sunset by the time I return home. As we'll find out in the visual novel that takes place before this game, Cartagra, there is I don't know if it's... I'm pretty sure it's not the same sister, but he has like another sister or a cousin or something that is in love with him in Not really in a familial way, more than like a creepy, obsessive way. I'm home, Yukari. Welcome back, Nissan. You had a call from Uzumi-san. Yukari pokes her head out of the kitchen. From Ozumi. I wonder if something's happened. Well, usually when he calls, something has happened. He said to give him a call when you get back. Okay, got it. Thanks, Yukari. I go to the telephone set in the corner of the living room. I dial the number for the MPD's investigative division and ask for Uzumi. Hey, Reiji. I got your message. Did something happen? Nah, I thought I'd just tell you we figured out a victim's identity. Identity? Didn't we already know that? Wasn't it Kano Tomoko? That's the one you found at the academy. This is from the ones that happened before that. From the eggs that were discovered in civilian homes. As I recall, they were discovered before Kano even went missing. I'll leave out the details. The corpse is Kobayashi Yuko, a student from a school in this area. Not Oba Girls Academy? Nope, a different place. I see. But regardless of location, the victims are around the same age. Are you still at that school? Yeah, tomorrow's the opening ceremony. I'm sure you already know this, but tell the students to watch themselves. Don't walk home alone and all that. Yeah, I know. I hang up. After dinner, I return to my room. So, tomorrow's the opening ceremony at Oba Girls Academy. And also Tojiko's party. Things are getting lively. A couple years ago, I couldn't have imagined living like this again. I'm still lonely without Yukiko here, but... No, that's enough. There's nothing to gain from looking back at my past. For now, let's focus on the present case. Uzumi told me that the victim's identity has been determined. That makes two, but there's still nothing to indicate a motive. To deliberately stuff eggs full of human flesh, it's not the work of a rational mind. Well, none of these cases seem to be the work of a rational mind. If all they wanted was to dump the corpse, there'd be no need to do all that work. In addition, the flesh itself poses another conundrum. Natsume-san's analysis determined that the egg's contents were solely composed of human limbs. In other words, the torsos have yet to be found. So where did those go? An image of a girl looking like a Daruma comes to mind. Unbidden, I shake my head to clear it out. This isn't good. It's making me depressed. It's high time I went to sleep. And then had nightmares. Ah, man, no murders either. Man, this is like the most uneventful part of the game. Please get up, Nissan. Huh? What, it's morning already? I come slowly to wakefulness, helped along by Yukari shaking me. Today's the opening ceremony. You're going, remember? Yeah, I know. I sit up in my futon. Then I'll go prepare breakfast. Please put away your futon, okay? That said, Yukari leaves the room. Well, I can't be lazing about like this. Let's get up. The aroma of coffee teases me as I enter the living room. Nissan, is toast alright today? Yeah, that's an unusual choice. I don't think so at all. Yukari comes out of the kitchen, plates in hand. I got some fresh strawberry jam. Normally, I'd prefer butter. We're out of butter today. I'm afraid you'll have to endure. Well, I'm sure it's going to taste better than the time she fed me roasted ants without me noticing. Ugh. That it probably will. Ugh. Man, forget. I think I'd rather eat the pancakes with fucking tomato and tuna fish inside than the roasted ants. Eeh. Yukari and I arrive at the academy together. Students are everywhere, all wearing clean, pressed uniforms. It's a graceful sight. Everyone looks happy to be here. They must be brimming with anticipation for life at their new school. Well, that's pretty different from what we usually see here, which is just students who kind of walk around like depressed and somber, and the atmosphere is just kind of quiet and a little bit strange. So that's very different. That's something you don't really feel from the students already enrolled here. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Jesus Christ. I imagine it's only a matter of time before those girls look just like the rest. Ah, morning, Yukarine. Well, there are exceptions. Good morning, Suzuriko. Well, noisy as ever, I see. Still, if she's in high spirits, that's something to be thankful for. I'm not noisy. She waves her arms in annoyance. I see the ring on her right hand. What, you didn't take it off? I couldn't get it off. Geez, this thing is a violation of school regulations. I guess all you can do is bend your fingers and try to hide it. Maybe I should wear a glove or something, huh? That'll just make you stand out even more. The entire student body is gathered in the chapel. It's almost unnaturally quiet, considering the number of attendees. Well, hey, the school is almost always quiet, considering the amount of students there are, too. The opening ceremony proceeds along solemnly. It's almost as though nothing had ever happened. Tsukishima Orihime and Kusaka Tatsuhiko aren't here. Nor are Nishizono Yui and Imamura Haruka. Nevertheless, time ticks away inexorably at the school, almost eerie in its unchanging silence. The opening ceremony concludes, and I return to the faculty room with the other instructors. Unsurprisingly, there is no seat for me here. I'll say hello to Saiki and then return to my history prep room. Vice Principal, I'll be in your capable hands again. No, I think it's the other way around. I'm sorry to put you through this. It's selfish of me, really. Not at all. I don't know if I'll be of any help this time around, but I intend to give it everything I've got. My first priority is to identify a culprit. That being the case, I shouldn't really be waiting around at the academy, but... should I wait for the police to gather data? Tokisaka-sensei, could I ask one more thing of you? Huh? What might that be? If you could check up on the art club every once in a while, I would be much obliged. Sure. That isn't much to ask. As always, you have my thanks. Saiki bows his head deeply. No, not at all. I return the gesture and leave the faculty room. I suppose I'll go check up on the art club like he asked. With the opening ceremony out of the way, it's about time for the students to be there. When I enter the art room, there's nobody inside. I guess it's not yet time for club activities. Somebody set their bag on a chair by the window, though. Evidently, I'm not the first one to be here. I approach the window and take a look outside. There's an easel set up on the edge of the schoolyard, by where the cherry trees are blooming. There's only one person I know of who would be drawing in a place like that. This bag is probably hers, too. Of course, the usual suspect. I go outside and walk up to her. She doesn't look up from the canvas as I approach. She might not have noticed me. It'd be rude of me to break her concentration, so I have a seat a safe distance away and watch. I wonder what she's drawing. Don't you think it's impolite to peek at what someone's doing without speaking up? Oh, so you did notice me. You were walking straight at me. A blind man could have seen you coming. Toko laughs softly. So, what are you drawing? What do you think? Toko covers the canvas as she asks. Cherry trees? Nope. A building? Wrong. It's not necessarily something here. Well, if you put it like that, you generally draw over here though, right? Drawing outside is calming. It's too stuffy inside the room, and I can't concentrate. I'm the opposite. I'm at my calmest when I'm crowded in by books. So you say. I still don't really know anything about you, Sensei. Well, it's only been a month since we met. Yeah, a whole month already. It feels like it passed in the blink of an eye. I guess time flew because we were having fun, huh? Well, time spent doing something fulfilling does seem to pass by quickly. You're right. I feel that way when I'm drawing something. It'd be nice if I had more time. At this rate, I'm going to turn into an old lady soon and die. Toko laughs again, but all too soon, she falls silent again. What's wrong? Hey Tokisaka-sensei, you know how people say that time solves everything? Is it true? Did something happen? I had a fight with Toko. It's probably my fault. It looks like I hurt her without realizing it. Toko sighs. Apologizing would be the best thing to do in this situation, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I know that, but I haven't talked to Toko since. If you take the easy way out and wait for time to solve your problems for you, then things will just get worse. Yeah. You really are something, Tokisaka-sensei. I guess sophistication is one thing that doesn't really go away with age, huh? Hey now, that was below the belt. I stand up and give Toko a light poke. You two will definitely be able to reconcile. Okay. Well, see you later. Going home? Nah, I'll be in the history prep room for a little while. I'll go back when it's evening. I see. I told you that we're having a party for Tojiko today. Are you coming over to our house later? I intend to, yes. I'll definitely bring Toko along too. Sure, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not. Toko is going to complain the whole time. After parting ways with Toko, I catch a glimpse of Mizuhara through the window as I'm walking down the hallway. I guess she spotted Toko. I'm sure those two will be alright. They should be able to make peace with each other. It's evening. Well, what shall I do until Tojiko's party begins? Oh god. Where to go now? So, the only places we are going to go apparently is... So we're just going to stay here. We're going to go to Oba Private Girls Academy and then Takashiro Hospital. I'm out in front of the academy. The students are plodding silently along down the road, headed for their homes, and in the midst of them, there's a rather shady person who sticks out like a sore thumb. Oh, I remember this part. My job is to protect the academy's students. I have a responsibility to drive away unsavory characters such as this. Taking care not to be noticed, I circle around behind him. It looks like he's snooping around the academy. But seriously, how bad is it that he doesn't notice me, even when I'm this close? I draw back my foot and deal him a swift kick in the ass. Whoa! And just what do you think you're doing? Yeah, it's Shugo. He's trying to pick up some teenage girls. After stumbling forward a few steps, Takashiro is able to regain his footing, and he rounds on me. What the hell are you doing? That's my line, buddy. What are you doing at my workplace? Work. You said you were looking for someone, didn't you? They're at the academy? You really think I can tell you the details of a case? You got a point. Then again, I'm pretty familiar with this place. That's all well and good, but... Nah, it's fine. I can handle this one on my own. Well, if you say so. I guess he's trying to get the feel for his job back. If that's the case, the last thing I want to do is intervene. Well, good luck, man. Thanks. I part ways with Takashiro. Once I've put some distance between us, I take a look back. He's taken cover again and is peeking into the academy. Well, I just pray nobody reports him. There's a sexual harasser on the campus. Okay, so the next place we should go is Takashiro Hospital, again. I don't know why the hell you keep coming back here, Reiji. I've arrived at Takadado Baba. However, the sign on Takashiro Hospital's door has the word wandering scrawled on it. Where on earth did she wander off to? Well, there's no urgent situation at the moment, so there's no reason why she can't be out and about. So that was just a complete waste of our time. Great. Intermission time. 2 days have passed since Takashiro Shugo received a request to search for a person. Oh, this is from Shugo's perspective. Yeah, good thing we caught him outside, otherwise this would kind of take us all by surprise. It's like, oh, Shugo's actually, going to do some investigating. He has a photograph of the girl that was taken in secret. It's the only clue he has. No, there's one more definitive lead, but Shugo insists on ignoring it. It'd be a bad idea to approach things from that direction. Be that as it may, his only other option is to search around here. The photograph is black and white. It's also out of focus. However, he's able to make out the uniform she's wearing. Following that avenue, he's come to the outskirts of Musashino. Damn, they all look the same to me. Frankly speaking, he can't see the slightest individuality amongst the students here. Everybody's faces look the same. They all walk the same way. They're almost like dolls. Oh, if it isn't Takashiro-san. Huh? Shugo whirls upon being addressed. A girl is nearby, dressed in the same uniform as the others. Shugo can't remember who she is. Are you looking for my brother? With a little prodding, he recalls that she is Tokisaka's little sister. No, not exactly. You're Yukari-chan, right? Yes, but what brings you here? Yukari tilts her head curiously. Work, I'm looking for somebody. Oh, who might that be? Perhaps it's someone I know. Yukari points to the photograph in Shugo's hand. I can't show this to you. We detectives have to respect confidentiality, you know. Ah, I see. I'm sorry. Yukari apologizes meekly. Shugo feels a sudden pang of envy at the contrast between Yukari and that rotten little sister of his. Yeah, I'm guessing that other sister must be his big sister, and then the one from Cartagra must be his little sister, who's fucking crazy. Well then, I'll be taking off so I don't get in your way. Oh, but please be careful, Takashiro-san. Of what? There have been suspicious people appearing and stuff, so security around this area has been pretty rigorous. Please try not to get reported to the police or anything. Thanks for your concern. Well, she's right on the money there. After Yukari leaves, Shugo spies on Oba Girls Academy from undercover. Before long, he sees the girl from the photograph, leaving with her friend. This girl, huh? He waits until they pass him, then follows along behind. They're holding hands. How intimate. The other girl is talking up a storm. Yep, it's exactly who I thought. Shugo keeps tailing them all the way to Kichijoji. One of the girls gets on a bus. After waving her hand, his quarry then walks off. Is she going to take the train? In the end, his worries come to nothing. She crosses the tracks and proceeds toward Yanakushira Park. He pursues her, pushing through the throng of people. Even though there's some distance between them, he doesn't lose sight of that white uniform. Her home must be close by if she's walking through this area. I'm home. She enters her house. After some time has passed, Shugo also comes up to the front of the home. Here? He checks the nameplate. It reads Kuchiki, and beneath it, Fumiya, Chizuru, and Toko. The bottommost one, Toko, is probably the girl's name, and the subject of his request. Now to check the family register out, and he'll be done. In any case, Shugo takes another look at the photograph his client gave him. I don't know the details, but what in the world has that guy gotten himself into? On the photograph is Kuchiki Toko, standing alongside Tokisaka Reiji. Oh shit. I think my daughter might be dating an older man. Gotta get rid of him. Once I'm home, I shut myself inside the library. Yukari's in the living room, setting up for the party. I wouldn't be able to relax in my room next door, so I'm taking refuge among the stacks. I sit down in a chair and pick up a book at random. It's The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas, Pere. That's actually a pretty good book. Well, for at least the little bit I've read of it is pretty interesting. Come to think of it, I've got Korowa Ryoko's Gankatsuo around somewhere too. I think that's, is that like the Japanese adaptation of Count of Monte Cristo? It might be fun to read them and compare. I stand up again and peer at the titles. So, where are you? Who? Gankatsuo, I said. Gankatsuo? When I turn around, Toko's there with her head tilted in puzzlement. Why the heck are you here? Well, that's a fine way to say hello. Today's Yasumiya-san's party, right? I know, but why are you here in this room? Actually, why the hell is Tojiko having her party at Yukari's house? I guess you can't have it at her house. When I asked Tokisaka-san, she said that you'd run away to hide in here, sensei. Toko smiles. Is everyone here? Just Toko and Sato-san. Yasumiya-san's not here yet. I see. Were you able to make up with Mizuhara-san? Not much time has passed since I gave her that advice, but... Of course we did. Toko and I are best friends, you know. To change so suddenly after she was so worried this afternoon. Such flighty emotions. Come on, let's go. Everybody's waiting. Toko pulls on my hand. Sheesh. Oh no. Toko and Aimu are seated upon the living room sofa. Pardon the intrusion, Tokisaka-sensei. Good evening. You ladies don't have to be so stiff. Just relax. Aimu's fine, but I get the impression that Mizuhara is extremely nervous. That's right. Just make yourself at home. You're one to talk. She's a bit too relaxed. Nissan. Yukari beckons me to the kitchen. Is there something going on between you two, Nissan? My women's intuition is picking up on something. What's up? Suzuriko's not here yet? It doesn't look like it. I'm sure she was going back to her house for a bit, but... How about giving her a call? Yeah, you're right. Yukari returns to her room. But what might have happened? I feel myself beginning to go tense. She couldn't possibly have... Sensei, I realize that Toko's peering up at me. What? You were kind of making a scary face. It's just your imagination. Easy enough to say, but try as I might, I can't make my expression relax. Uh-oh. I go outside and stare down the road in front of our house. Not a soul in sight. Suzuriko still isn't here. She'll show up soon, acting like she's right on time. So we've been telling ourselves, but it still hasn't happened. Yukari comes out of the house. Nissan, it looks like Suzuriko left her house a long time ago. I see. It might be forward of me, but I've also contacted Uzumi-san. He's driving over here right now. Uzumi is? Yeah, we have to send everyone home, and we have to look for Suzuriko. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, Yukari. I hadn't considered that. No, don't be. I'll be inside. Yukari returns, her face lined with worry. Damn it. Hurry up and get here, Tojiko. It's not even 2 kilometers from the south side of Nishio-Gikubo to Kenpokuji. It'd take you around half an hour on foot, and there's nothing on the way that might distract you either. A pair of lights are approaching from down the road. A black Datsun approaches. Reiji, sorry for keeping you waiting. Uzumi climbs out of the car after stopping before me. You're not the person I was waiting for, buddy. I know. Whereabouts of a single person unknown, correct? I went and notified the police box at Nishio-Gikubo Station, just in case. Okay, but first, could I have you take these young ladies back home? Sure, leave it to me. I promise I won't do anything creepy. I entrust Toko and the others to Uzumi, and then return to the empty living room. It's past 9 p.m. Nissan, it looks like Suzuriko's mother has filed a report with the police. Got it. I nod and light up a cigarette. Suzuriko will be okay, right? That's all we can tell ourselves at the moment. The reply doesn't even satisfy me, and I hate myself for not offering any better. When Uzumi gets back, tell him that I'll be in Nishio-Gikubo. Sure. Nissan, you be careful too. Though I only just lit it, I stub out my cigarette in the ashtray and put on a coat. I can't just sit around at home. Suzuriko, where are you? I run down the road, yelling in case she can hear. I gave the park and river a once-over along the way. Nothing, no matter how insignificant, will get past me. I ran into a policeman on his nightly rounds and asked him for information, but Suzuriko's whereabouts are still completely unknown. The headlights of a car illuminate me from behind. Reiji! Here you are. Ozumi gets out from the car. Sorry for making you take them all back home. Were you off duty? I was at the dorm. I borrowed this car from a coworker. Ozumi rests his elbow on the vehicle's roof. It looks like the precinct has sent out a search request. I don't know if it'll come to us, but I intend to do everything within my power. Okay, thanks. For now, just hop in. Let's make the rounds of this area while we can. Got it. I slide into the Datsun's passenger seat. It looks like I'm not going to get any sleep tonight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Murder time. Murder time. It's time for murder. It's time for really creepy fucking music. It was so simple. A whiff of some chemicals put her to sleep. Okay. A whiff of some chemicals put her to sleep. I stuffed her into a suitcase and carried her over here. How the hell did you fit her into a suitcase? Then stripped off her clothes and affixed her atop the table. That's all it took. She has a slender, well-proportioned body. It's almost a shame to have to kill her. But she must be changed. For the sake of my noble goal, she must be changed. I pick up a saw. This process has become a familiar routine. Even with so much excess material to be removed, it doesn't take long. I apply the blade to her arm, secured with leather straps, and draw the teeth back and forth. Ugh. Shit. Her eyes fly open. It's fortunate that I gagged her. I won't have to listen to her unpleasant screams. Oh man, this some weird BDSM shit going on here. Her eyes look toward me. They're filled with tears. I wonder what kind of face I'm making right now. A face overflowing with rapture? An expressionless mask? When I touch my cheeks to check, my fingers come away stained red. I must be covered in the blood spurting from her. I wipe it off on her breast. Beneath that layer of flesh, her heart beats frantically. But that'll stop soon enough. Her left arm falls to the ground. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Her eyes roll back into her head, and her body convulses. The odor of her urine fills the room. Oh god, I didn't need to fucking know that. The left leg falls to the ground. I cut off the right leg, and then strike off her right arm. Her right hand is clenched into a fist. There's a ring on her finger. What does it matter? It'll be thrown away in the end. Oh, man. Holy fucking Christ. What the actual fuck? Ugh. I cover the cut edges with paper clay, sealing up the wounds. I've mended her far more beautifully than I'd expected. The red color staining the clay provides a nice accent. Though the shortness of her hair leaves much to be desired, her head lolls lifelessly forward. I suppose I'll just have to put a wig on her. That's all there is to it. It was so simple. Holy fuck. Well, that was disturbing as they pretty much always seem to be. Once dawn breaks, I pay a short visit back to my house. Coming to the MPD later? Yeah, I'll be there. Get some rest first. Don't show up looking all scruffy like that. You're one to talk. Go look in a mirror. I don't even have the will to deliver a retort. Nissan. My sister runs up to me the moment I enter. Her eyes are red. We still haven't found her yet. I see. Yukari hangs her head. I'm gonna get some rest, then I'll search for her again. Make sure you go to class. Okay. Oh, and Yukari, do you have a photograph of Suzuriko? I'll need that if I'm going to go around and ask for information. I'll go get one right now. Yukari dashes off to her room. I take that time to change my clothes. Sleep is the furthest thing from my mind right now, but if I don't take a breather, my judgment's going to be shot. Sorry about the wait. Will this do? Yukari's brought over a photograph. Yeah, thanks. Please, you must find Suzuriko. Jesus, it's so fucking sad. Especially knowing what actually happened to her. God damn, that's fucked up. I know. You be careful too. Yeah, I'll be going now. After Yukari leaves, I return to my room and collapse onto the futon. I've got to get at least a little sleep, then it's back to pounding the pavement. First thing I'll need to do is to go meet Ozumi at the MPD and get some information. And then you'll have to deal with that one asshole. I completely forgot his name, too. I think it was like Yaginuma. I wake up again right before noon, and don't waste any time in heading to the police station. Ozumi and Commissioner Yaginuma were in the security division. Oh, fuck. This dude is here. Ah, there you are. Any progress? Nothing yet. We don't have any eyewitness accounts. Is that so? I'm sure this is all quite troubling, gentlemen, but have you forgotten that this is the HQ for the dismemberment case? I'd appreciate it if you didn't bring in an unrelated business. Yaginuma doesn't pass up on a chance to make himself heard. Ah, but of course, if that missing student has been dismembered, then it will be under our jurisdiction, won't it? Would you stay out of this for a minute, Commissioner? Uzumi growls, barely keeping his anger in check. I just want to remind you that the dismemberment case is at a standstill. Get to work. Having said his piece, Yaginuma leaves without waiting for a reply. All he cares about is one-upping you. Don't say that, Uzumi. I'm sure he wants the case solved as well. But for now, Suzuriko's whereabouts. Do you know Suzuriko's movements that day? According to her mother, she left her home in Nishiogi-kubo after 6 p.m. It takes about 30 minutes to get to your house, so even if she made a stop anywhere, she should have arrived by 7. Yeah, but she never did. That means it's possible that she stopped somewhere else. You're right. Sorry, Reiji, but could you go hit up any places that you think seem likely? Sure, I was already planning on it. Where should I head first? Oh no. Yeah, this is gonna be this would definitely be really confusing without a guide. Okay, so first place we should go to is the academy. The academy? I've arrived at Oba Girls Academy. There's not a soul outside. Class must be in session. I'll go report to Vice Principal Saeki and ask him if he knows anything. Well, we're just going to worry him some more, I think. Excuse me, Vice Principal? I call out to Saeki upon entering the faculty room. Tokisaka-sensei. So, Yasumiya-san's gone missing. Yeah, the police are searching for her right now. I see. I pray that we find her soon. Are you holding normal classes today? Yes, we still haven't told anything to the students. That's probably wise. Do you know anything regarding Yasumiya-san's movements? No, nothing in particular. It looks like she just went home yesterday, as she usually did. I see. If you find anything out, please contact either me or the police. Thanks. Sure. Please find Yasumiya-san. I beg you. You don't need to ask. I give him a then turn and jog off down the hall. Well, that was, that yielded no results in Okashira Park. I've come to Kinpokuji to check out the park. The area around the station is crawling with people. Scattered among them are officers in uniform. They're probably searching for Suzuriko. I see one I remember from the previous case and call out to him. Ah, good to see you here. Have you boys found anything yet? Yes, we've got eyewitness testimony from last night. It seems that girl Yasumiya ran into somebody. Who was it? We don't know. They were dressed completely in black. We don't have a description or anything. Completely in black? Could it be the Black Madonna? No, that's not. Kusaka's behind bars now. But then, who? Furthermore, it appears that they went somewhere after a little while. They left in the opposite direction of the station, but we're not sure where. So Suzuriko was abducted by a person in black. Where was this? I think if you head east a bit on Itsukaiji Avenue, it's around there. I see. Thank you. Nothing unusual about that, considering Suzuriko's home is in that direction. This may be a crucial lead, but still, a person clad in black. As ominous as it sounds, it still doesn't give us any solid clues. Fuck. Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Shinjuku Station? We're just kind of going in order here, like going from place to place. I've come to Shinjuku. I wonder if I can find any leads here. After looking around in front of the station, I see someone I know. Great timing. She'll know something about Suzuriko. Hello, Dr. Yamaguchi. Oh, didn't expect to see you here, Tokisaka-san. Hi there. Goharo bows. What are you up to? I'm going to help out at the hospital over here. Well, that explains the lab coat. I'm sorry, but do you know a Yasumiya Suzuriko from Oba Girls Academy? This is what she looks like. I show her the photo I borrowed from Yukari. Ah, yes, I remember her from the regular physicals at the academy. Has something happened to her? Yes, she's disappeared last night. Last night? And she still hasn't been found? That's correct. Do you know anything? No, I had the night shift at the hospital, so I was there the whole time. I see. I'm sorry for taking your time. I know you're busy. I don't mind. I hope you can find Yasumiya-san soon. With that, Koharu leaves. She's not here. Let's try to get some information elsewhere. Well, there's only one other place to go. The Takashiro Detective Agency. I've arrived in Ueno. There's only one guy I'd come here to question. He's started working again, but he'll probably be in his office. Takashiro, are you there? Shugo is seated in a chair reading the newspaper. Yo, Tokisaka. What's up? I'm looking for someone. A student named Yasumiya Suzuriko. Ring any bells? I show him the photo. Nope, never seen her before. I see. I thought you might have seen something, since you were by the academy yesterday. Sorry for not being of any help. Nah, it's fine. Looks like I've got no choice but to try elsewhere. Where the fuck else can we go? I spend the better part of the day running around downtown. It's already evening by the time I return to the MPD. The investigative division is bathed in the crimson light of evening, a veritable hive of activity. Yaginuma is on the phone. Send out an emergency deployment and question suspicious persons. I'll dispatch investigators from here. Cooperate with them. That is all. Did something happen? Once Yaginuma has finished his call, I speak up. It's possible it could be a different case, but a dismembered corpse has been found. Oh shit. I nearly choke in surprise. The MO differs too much. I'd venture that it's the same as last month's. It's just a simple dismemberment, no flesh stuffed into eggs or anything of the sort. But either way, somebody new has died, correct? The problem here is the victim's identity. We are investigating the case of the flesh-filled eggs here. Anything other than that does not concern us. But just in case, I've sent Sergeant Uzumi over. Where's the crime scene? It appears to have been discovered at a trash depository in Kichijoji. Just the arms and legs. The torso and head have not been found. Yaginuma glances at a small notebook for details. Also, it appears that she was wearing a ring on the ring finger of her right hand. It was one of those cheap things that street vendors sell. Not a wedding ring or anything. Senpai? I wonder what kind of expression I'm making right now. I see how it is. Yaginuma's lips curled up. There's no use heading to the crime scene. The corpse has been taken to the coroner. I'm sure we'll know her identity soon. Yaginuma speaks with exaggerated politeness. Shit! Perhaps our cases are related after all. Yaginuma's words barely register in my ears. My mind a blank, I stumble outside as if sleepwalking. That's incredibly fucked up. I pay no attention to where I'm going. When I finally came to my senses, I'm standing in front of my own home. The sun is already setting, and it's getting dark. I'm not ready for this. Yukari comes running as soon as I enter. Nisan, did you find Suzuriko? We still don't know. That's all I can say. Then, why are you making such a pained face? I can't hide it from her. The truth is, we still don't know, but it seems that there were arms and legs discovered in Kichijoji. Are you saying that's Suzuriko? Yukari clenches my shirt in her fingers. I don't know. I shake my head. There's no evidence, except for the ring. Please, pull yourself together, Nisan. Yukari's voice quavers. She's on the verge of tears. Please, don't try to hide it from me with such vague answers. Yukari, Suzuriko is probably... Damn. This is just the probably one of the most depressing visual novels you'll play. It's just really fucking sad. It's really fucked up and it's really sad. Yukari buries her face in my chest. I hug her close. She's shaking. I sit there like that for a little while until she's calmed down. I'm sorry, Nisan. Are you okay? Yeah. Yukari steps away. I'm going to sleep. Yeah, that's for the best. Good night, Nisan. Yukari returns to her room, her eyes downcast. I'm so sorry. I bow to her back, for all the good it will do. Yep, no good at all. Morning. Dawn's here. I haven't slept a wink. Did Yukari fare any better? Probably not. I don't think she's even in the living room. I go into the living room. It looks like she's not up yet. It's understandable. I jot down a note saying I'll be taking the day off from the academy, then head out. I take the train to Takeda-Nobaba. Yesterday, Yaginuma told me that they were going to perform the judicial autopsy at the forensic hospital. I guess there's no point in coming here then, but there's yet another sign on the door, making a house call. That's weird. Well, if she's out, there's nothing I can do about it. Guess the MPD's the only option left. And just as I turn around, I spot a patrol car coming down the street. Is that Uzumi driving it? I see Natsume-san in the passenger seat. What an odd combination. Uzumi gets out of the car. Huh, so you came over here, Reiji. Yeah. What was I thinking, huh? We've just been to the forensic hospital. The fellows over there are completely useless. I said we'd just do it here, so we came back. Natsume-san gets out of the car and points to the back seat. Tokisaka-san, could you carry that box in? Box? There's a rectangular box resting on the seat cushion. I open the door and drag it out. It's cold? And damp, too. It's yesterday's corpse. The autopsy's mostly done, but... Yesterday's... I see. So she was reduced to something so small. Let's go inside. I follow Takashiro into the hospital. Yep, the corpse, she's just now been reduced to severed arms and legs, and a torso. Put it in that refrigerator. I do as she says. Do you know her identity? Yep, we got some clear fingerprints, so it was easy to figure out from the list of missing persons. Yanjumiya Tojiko? It's Yasumiya Suzuriko. Ah, so that's how you read it. I'm surprised you know. Natsume-san, wasn't there a ring on her right ring finger? Yeah, there was. It was really jammed on there, but we managed to yank it off in the end. She shows me a ring wrapped in paper. Tokisaka-san, is something wrong? This ring was a present I gave to her. I see. She slips it into my hand. Why don't you take it, Tokisaka-san? Thanks. So, you want to hear the autopsy results? Please. Got it. First up, time of death. From the degree of decomposition, a little more than 1 day ago, I gather from around midnight of the 5th to the dawn of the 6th. Natsume-san reads through the data, all business. A saw was used to sever the limbs. I found traces of a vital reaction on the wounds. Also, I detected traces of anesthesia in her blood. So they were cut off while she was still alive. We went over the vicinity with a fine-toothed comb, but couldn't find the head nor the torso. Ozumi picks up the narration. The 4 limbs were discovered stuffed in a single black plastic bag. A person dressed in all black, believed to be the killer, was witnessed together with the victim. Yeah. It's almost like the case from last month. It's not, of course. The eggs and MO set it apart. Ozumi sighs. Of course, there's no way Kusaka could have done this, but it might be related to him somehow. Have you informed the family of the deceased and the academy yet? I told them once we'd confirmed her identity. We intend to return the body, but I don't know how that's going to work since we don't have the whole thing. Yeah, but you know, Izumi, even if it's only one part of her, the family's praying that she comes back to them. Yeah, of course, that isn't always the case. Alright, I'm taking off. Keep your chin up, Tokisaka-san. Yeah, whoever did this to her is going to pay. If only. I leave Takashiro Hospital and go to Oba Girls Academy. Even the cherry blossoms look like they're wilting. Quite the atmosphere. Well, it's always quite the atmosphere here. Vice Principal Saeki. Ah, Tokisaka-sensei. He looks like hell. No surprise there. Another one of my students has... Yeah. I wonder what our world's come to. People who have done no wrong, dying one after another. No matter what era it may be, the powerless are always the victims. I know. Saeki heaves a deep sigh. I guess they'll have to travel to and from school in groups for a while. Also, I think it's going to be tough for me to come over here for a little while. I'm going to put my time into investigating the case. Yes, absolutely. You must find the killer, and see to it that no more innocents are harmed. I beg of you. Yeah, that's been the plan all along. To get to Inokashira Park, I take a detour around Kichijoji Station. I don't really want to get near there. By all rights, I should be investigating the crime scene, but it's already been cleared up after all. With that being the place where Suzuriko was dumped, it's painful to go over there. I sit down on a park bench. The cherry trees are still in spectacular full bloom. It seems like a lifetime ago that I watched the blossoms here with Suzuriko and my sister. My gaze drops to the ground. Ants are scurrying to and fro. A shadow falls across them, and I look up. Toko is standing there.
Yeah.
Heya! Toko, what about classes? I ditched. What a bad girl. Yep. No matter what happens, she never changes. She continues speaking calmly. I heard about Yasumiya-san. Really? It's terrible. She was such a nice person, too. Yeah, she was. Toko turns around. Hey, Sensei. Why do people kill each other? There are many more non-murderers than murderers out there, you know. But the truth is, murders do happen, despite the fact that people know killing others isn't allowed. Toko looks at me out of the corner of her eyes. Would you be sad if I were killed, Tokisaka-san? Don't even joke about that. That's the last thing I need on my mind. Suzuriko's murder already has me teetering on the brink. If Toko were killed, would those feelings become motivation to kill? Revenge? No, that's... Well, he was already kind of thinking about that, actually. Wasn't that Kusaka's motive in last month's case? Different people will kill for different reasons. The string of murders, the 2 girls stuffed inside eggs, and Suzuriko. We still don't have an inkling of the killer's motive. Are they linked or not? I wonder what happens to people after they die. Toko sighs. Are they reborn? As what? Or as whom? I don't want to be reborn. Absolutely not. Why is that? Surprised by her sudden vehemence, I can't help but ask. Because I hate myself. Toko. I stand up and grab her arm before she can bolt. I'm not gonna run away. Could you let go? I release her. She's crying. The mask of indifference must be a way of keeping her emotions in check. Come on. Don't stare at me like that. Toko smiles wryly. I give her a hug. Toko, you may hate yourself, but Toko's lips cut me off in mid-sentence. Oh, are you gonna have fucking sex again in the park? Please don't do that. You can't say the rest. Yeah, you're right. She draws away from me. But thanks, Tokisaka-san. I've calmed down a bit thanks to you. Sure. I guess I'm feeling better as well. Well, I'm going home then. I'll walk you back. Huh? Well, if it's alright with you, then you could take me home, Sensei. I'll do what I can. I don't want to leave Toko by herself. Oh, right. About that picture I was painting. I finally finished it. Wow, that's great, isn't it? Yep, it's all thanks to you, Tokisaka-san. Can you show it to me? No, just a bit longer. There's still some spots I want to fix up. Really? Then I'll be looking forward to it. I take her hand, and together we walk to the Kuchiki residence. It's evening by the time I bring Toko home. Where do I go now? Oh boy. According to the guide, I think we should go to Takashiro Hospital first. So, I looked at the wrong thing. We should have gone here second instead of first, but hopefully it's not a big deal. I've come to Takanado Baba again. There's no sign on the hospital door, so Natsume-san's probably in. I suppose she's still working. Or just asleep. She's sprawled out over her desk, snoring fitfully. There are documents indicating that Suzuriko's corpse has been returned to her family. She must be worn out after all this. I drape a coat over her and leave quietly. Again, as always, that was completely pointless. Back to Inokashira Park we go. I've retraced my steps to Inokashira Park. To calm myself, I stand at the guardrail and gaze out over the pond. Reflected on the surface of the pond, the pale pink cherry blossoms sway about. They'll start to fall before long. Well, if it isn't Tokisaka-sensei. I turn to look at the speaker. Oh, hello, Kuchiki-san. It's Kuchiki Fumiya. Oh, you kind of look pale. Would you like me to give you an examination? Nah, I'll be fine. Did something happen? Fumiya looks at me inquiringly. Suzuriko's murder hasn't been reported in the papers yet. Well, he'll find out soon in any case. A student from Oba Girls Academy was murdered. So that's what it was. That poor girl. Fumiya looked downward with a grave expression on his face. I've already told Toko-san, but could you make sure she doesn't travel alone, whenever possible? I don't know if Toko-chan will listen to what I say. It seems like she's been avoiding me recently. It sounds like they're still burdened by that whole adoption business. I really do have a gift for causing people trouble. She's probably under a lot of emotional stress, so as her family members, please try to be there for her. What a crock of shit. She might not even have a real family. I return home in the evening. The living room table is set with dinner for 2. Welcome home, Nissan. I'm back. Are you okay? Yeah, I think being depressed won't do any good. In spite of her words, she can't keep the loneliness from her voice. I feel sorry for Suzuriko. She wouldn't want to see me like this. I suppose not. Well, why don't we eat? Yukari sits down in her chair and puts her hands together. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for the meal. I pick up a pair of chopsticks in my rice bowl. I made boiled cod, since it was on sale today. Come to think of it, Suzuriko didn't know how to cook at all, and she'd ask me about it all the time, like about the cuisine she'd put in her stories, and food preparation, and about insects and stuff, about the growth rate of maggots on corpses, how fast snails move. We'd often talk about things like that. Yukari? It's rare for Yukari to talk so much. And we even thought up a title for her story together, and I came up with The Everlasting Pearl. She's crying. That's why... Even as the sobs rack her body, Yukari still tries to continue. I'm sorry, Nissan. Yukari, there's no need to apologize. You don't have to hold anything back. I get up, sit down next to my sister, and cradle her head in my arms. It's alright to cry for Suzuriko today. It's so that you can smile again tomorrow, right? We stay like that for a while. After dinner, I return to my room. It looks like Yukari's calmed down a bit. She's not one to let things bother her for long. Nothing like me. I wonder how much I closed off my heart when the same thing happened to me. I should be able to take action more quickly this time around. I have to free myself from regrets about Tojiko, no matter what. Does thinking this way mean that I've matured, or